Hey everyone, hope you're having a great day. I want to start off this with a story, and I hope that I get this story right. But there's a story of a boat, a sailboat that's sailing around the seas, and they happen to get stuck in a sandbar. And along comes an old man in a little power boat here, and he says, "Hey, you need some help?" He says, "Well, no, we're trying to figure it out." And so the old man goes away and comes back in an hour or so, and they're still stuck. And he says, well, yeah, maybe we need some help. And the old man says, well, it'll cost you $100. He says, whoa, $100? Like, no, I'm not interested. As he goes away, comes back the third time. He says, okay, I'll pay the $100. And so he gives him a rope, and the man starts tying the rope to the bottom of the mast. And he says, no, 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 raise the rope to the top of the mast. And so he climbs up the mast and ties the rope to the top of the sailboat, and he pulls the boat, and the sailboat comes free. And the man says, who's on the sailboat says something like, well, why did $100 that you just told me at the rope? He says, well, you only paid $5 for the rope, but you paid $95 to where to tie it. And this message today on the Peak is about consulting and the value of consulting. And I think this is one of those strange intangibles in our space and many other spaces that do professional services, that what's the value of knowing what you know? And it's a challenging topic. I think it's deeply personal to a lot of people and how they handle these things. But the question I'd ask you is, are you rightly pricing your services based on your experience? I know in many kind of new companies, there's this economics that comes into play of just wanting to win business and countering that. But as you mature in what you know, how are you charging for that knowledge? How are you growing into that? We've had a recent conversation with a client and some work that was, summarized in a very short document, 2, 3 pages, 4 pages, but was multiple $1,000s. The point is, he didn't pay for a 3 or 4 page Word doc. He paid for years of experience, expertise, knowledge, all these things that go into it. It was an interesting conversation, that kind of combined to that. But that is the value of consulting. That is the value of knowing what you know, and it is the value of a wrong turn. This 5-page document was around a strategy, and that strategy, had he not had it or had this component, had this knowledge, could have cost him hundreds of thousands of dollars in poor decisions. So let's think about that in our own businesses and our own marketing, our own value proposition. Is it just the thing, or is it the value that arrives on the thing or through the thing in terms of the medium, right? There's a value to that. There's a value to what they get, not just in function, but in knowledge. And so let's take that to heart as we go out there and think about pricing, think about the market, think about what we're doing as consultative services. Take care.